What's up, YouTube? Got another one of my epic replays for you, and this time it's in the Centurion Mk 1. This is one of my favorite medium tanks of all time, I would say, because it's really a true MBT, a main battle tank in my opinion, because it has that right combination of gun performance, mobility, and armor that really makes tank good in my opinion. And you'll notice I have quite a few HESH rounds loaded because the one thing this tank does lack is DPM, but with those HESH rounds, you can up your DPM pretty significantly, assuming you're penetrating with every shot, and you'll see I don't. It's kind of tricky to use. But anyways, I'm advancing towards this ridge line here. And a lot of players will say, you know, don't go here because it's dangerous, but I feel like stopping the enemy in that little valley there is pretty crucial because you already has shots on them and they already has shots on you, and people from this ridge line have shot on you as well. But if you can hold this ridge line, you can have a pretty monster game up here. So I load the APCR, or the HESH, and you see here I just barely nicked the barrel of the MT25 and I did just under 200 damage to him. If that was APCR, that wouldn't have done any damage to him. But at the same time, if this was APCR, that would have done 390 to 400 to that T57. So, you know, RNGesus giveth and RNGesus taketh away. But my point is, with this HESH ammo, there you go. When you actually go through the targets, it does a lot of damage. And I didn't think that IS-5 had a shot on me, but I guess he did. But, it's a little counterintuitive because you'll see here, I decided to fight that Pershing, and you don't actually want to take shots at the sides of tanks for the most part, unless you have a side of their turret as well, because tracks act as spaced armor. So you want to aim a little bit high so you can hit flat armor and then go through. But, so yeah, like I was saying, it's a little counterintuitive because you want to aim where you wouldn't aim normally, but that's kind of what I like about this tank. It's a different play style, it's a different skill set, I guess, and that Canarvan just gave me that shot. And check out this armor. I just bounced a shot from a Yag Tiger with my turret. That's pretty awesome. Probably would have died a long time ago if I didn't, but that's what's good about this tank. It has good armor, like I said, and so I decided to go here because this T-32 is the only thing that's really helping me. And see that instinctively I aim at his side, and I'm treated with a non-penetrating hit, which sucks. But I was about to do it again, and then I decided no, there's no point. So I'm gonna shoot the Object 704 or 416 and do full damage. And now I aim at the front, the upper hull of the Pershing, and that goes through and does full damage. So like that's what I'm saying. It's just a little counterintuitive, but the good thing about this tank is it has .32 accuracy. So if you fully aim, you can put that shot wherever the hell you want it. Like it'll go exactly where you're aiming it 90% of the time. And that's another thing I really like about this tank that's just really rewarding, because I play a lot of Russian and Chinese tanks, and you kind of just deal with RNGesus all the time, and you miss so many shots, and it's just really refreshing to play a tank like this where, like, it'll fire where you want it to go. And this was a little silly. I decided to take out this Super Pershing, and because he was on 1 HP, and I thought, you know, I'll just take him out, but in hindsight, I really should have just focused on doing as much damage as possible and doing full damaging hits on those easier targets like the IS-5 and the FCM and the other tanks. I could have easily gotten 8,000 damage if I did that, but whatever. Hindsight's 20/20. Next time I'll know. He really is the most elusive Super Pershing. I can't believe that shot missed. But anyways, and it bounced another shot off that, or from that SC-122-44. And here's kind of the trick to fighting on this ridgeline. You need to know when to hold, you need to know when to get the hell out of dodge. And you can see here, the Scorpion that was on the left died. This T-34-2 is about to die as well, and there's a full health Yag Tiger coming around, so I need to get out of here. So I back off just to get out of their gun depression range, and I load APCR. And here's another thing this tank is great at. firing on the move like this.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Finish off that Pershing. Great shot there. The Object 704 just barely misses me. It's a good thing he has good gun depression. That's kind of what I was trying to do, is get under his gun depression. But yeah, when the going gets tough in that part of the map, you pretty much need to bail. And if you're wondering why I'm driving in circles like an idiot, my game lagged out and I was so losing my shit at this point. I was just like, no, what's going on? But fortunately, they didn't come down and kill me, so it worked out. Kind of frustrated that I couldn't do more damage because I was out of the game for a bit, but it happened. I don't know why. I have pretty good internet. I think the server was just overloaded. Anyways, so I decide now to go hold down. Well, no, I'm still lagging out. And I want to show you something with this armor. I loaded APCR because I was kind of expecting those enemy tanks to bum rush me, and I wanted to do reliable damage to them.
Ready to fire.
Which means I have to take a shot from either this Object 416 or that SC-122-44. But check this out. If you angle the armor well enough, this tank will do the job against roughly 200 millimeters of penetration. And I blocked that shot from the Object 416, and that's some HP that I didn't need to lose just because this tank's armor saved me. And now I'm switching back to HESH because it looks like these guys are kind of stuck here and they're all focusing on other tanks. And check this out, I put in a shot in the side of the SU-122-44 there. Just as a little, you know, revenge shot from all the shots that he put into me. Well, tried to anyways. He only put one shot into me. And this Yak Tiger is kind of tunnel visioning on that, what is that, E75. Well, yeah, I guess he probably want to keep his armor pointed towards him, but he's kind of between a rock and, well, me, and I'm punishing him for it. And it's fun to just farm. It's just farm damage like this, and I was laughing my ass off. I really wish I live commented this game because it's just so fun to pull out or just pop out and shave 500 to 550 of their hit points off and then just pull back, and people are like, oh my god, why is the medium tank doing so much alpha damage? And well, it's these HESH rounds. And I try to go for his lower plate there, but it misses. That dead tank ate that shell, and that was kind of disappointing, but it happens. You're not gonna miss, or you're not gonna hit every shot. And as usual, there's a mad scramble to kill the last enemy tank on the team. So, fortunately, I'm the closest there and the fastest as well. So, I'm going to finish off that T-32. And I decided to flank him because I don't have that many hit points left. And if he knows what he's doing, he could conceivably kill me. But fortunately, he doesn't, and he just lets me put a shot into his ass. And I didn't even need the expensive HESH. I could have used the cheap HESH easily, but I didn't feel like reloading and wasting time. And check this out, I almost make a classic mistake here by shooting at his tracks, but then I decide, no, let's shoot at his ass where the armor is flat and not spaced. And that finishes him off.
They're knocked out.
And that's it. That was this game. If you look at the damage blocked indicator on the bottom left there, almost 3,000 damage blocked, and a lot of it, as you can see, is off the upper plate too. So this tank is... This tank's armor is not bad, and I ate a shot with my tracks from that Object 416. So, yeah, look at all these dents on the front of the tank. I need to start calling this tank JC Denton or something. And yes, I did stay up all night for that one, in case you're wondering. Anyways, let's look at the stats. Oh my god, look at all these medals. I mean, obviously he's tanker, but I got 3 epic medals. That's a good feeling. You know you contribute to the game when you get a steel wall, a high caliber, and a top gun. Because, like, you did damage, you know, you spread it out well enough, and you took your fair share of damage as well, and that's definitely what I did in that game. And I did decent on spotting, too. Almost 1,200 spotting damage. Well, and it's closer to 1,100. I shouldn't round up like that, but... Yeah, this tank is kind of a nice all-rounder. It does everything pretty well. And just here's another little added bonus of using the HESH that I forgot to mention. Look at all this module damage. It's ridiculous. That bruiser medal was well earned. Look at this radio, driver, loader, track, turret, radio operator, radio, commander, gunner, loader. Just this HESH round, it basically combines the best of both worlds. It's basically a very high penetration, high explosive round. So you're doing all the module damage, and you have pretty decent penetration with it. So, excuse me. Yeah, I really like playing it with that round. And let's look at the other screens. Where are they? Here we go. 1500 base XP, almost 1600. That I'm pretty proud of. That was pretty good considering I was top tier, so I'm not getting any multipliers for shooting tier 10s. A lot of damage blocked by armor, as you can see, a decent amount of more than 300 meters away. This tank is very good at sniping, although that's not the only thing it's good at, as you saw. And here's something that kind of surprised me. When I finished playing this game, I was well expecting to just empty my pockets after this match, but in reality, and of course it helps that I had a premium account, but in reality I only lost something like 20,000 credits, and that's because these HESH rounds, they are expensive, but they do more damage than standard. Like if that was a heat round or something like that, and it would probably still cost the same. So as long as you're doing full damage with them, they kind of negate the price of them. So that just encouraged me to spam more of it. And I don't know, when you fire at the right tanks, and you can kind of come away with not too many losses. And honestly, I don't even care if I lose money in this tank. It's just fun to play. So yeah, in a nutshell, I really like this tank. It's a keeper for me, and one of the main reasons I really like it is just how cool it looks. It looks very, I don't know how to explain it. It just looks very British, you know. It's got very clean lines, and it's got that HS up there. And in my mind, I'm thinking like Her Majesty's Secret Service or something, but like that's probably not what it stands for. But I don't know. It's a really cool tank. I really like it. I'm gonna keep it, and I was kind of on the fence about keeping it at first because the Action 10's coming out, and it's basically just gonna be this with a better turret and a better performing gun. So I'm like, why would I keep this? And then I realized it's gonna have a heat round, and this has the HESH round. So this kind of gives this tank its own unique play style and flavor, in my opinion. And as you can see, I kind of used the HESH as almost like a main round depending on the matchup. And from what I heard, the Brits actually did that in real life. They really love their HESH rounds. So I feel like, it's a good way to play this tank, and it's also a fun way, and I just really enjoy it. And I don't know, I just really like this tank. Every time I take it out, I have fun in it, and I just want to hug it and just like cuddle up with it at night and whisper dirty things in its ear. Not really. I don't know if it has an ear. It kind of has ears. It's got these like floppy little bins on the side. Anyways, stay tuned for more gameplay. Bye.